Hey y'all, a good Tuesday evening to you. Been a little bit of a cloudy day around here. Moderate temperatures ahead of some more rain and cold to come. Really got the thoughts of how progression in our life affects us today. Had to walk back here to this old patch, and I remember when this was just about like that. Hadn't been too long ago. 15 years ago, a time when things were a little different. But time marches on, and the natural progression of things is that we're going to see our loved ones pass on, and our parents too, and then we'll be the next in line, I guess. My grandmother this morning, she's been debilitated from the throes of Alzheimer's and severely advanced stages for quite some time, 5 years or so. And today she won her battle and went home to be with my pawpaw at about 11:40 this morning. You know, it hit me pretty hard, to be honest with you. You know it's coming, and she's been gone for quite some time mentally and physically, but it's the finality of an era that's ended in your life. And I'm blessed to see that natural progression. But I think all of us experience that when we lose a close loved one that rushes back all the feelings of loss in your life. And surely experiencing that today as we prepare to lay her to rest. But you know, fight back those feelings of loss with excellent memories of a life well lived with my grandma, and fond ones there on Gandy Street in Orange, Texas. It was the other place that I went, not this old place. That was about an every other weekend thing. Being Dad's parents, y'all know how it goes. Mama got to see her parents probably a little more often. Because what Mama says goes, right? So we did spend quite a bit more time here maybe than down in Orange, but those times were cherished as we'd go down there and visit. In fact, even though this was an agricultural family, I was the low man on the totem pole, and there's plenty of folks to work the farm, so my first experience getting behind an old tiller and breaking ground was at Papa and Grandma's house in Orange, in the city limits. But he'd be out there breaking that ground, and man, I thought I was the king of the world when he'd motioned to me to come take a hold of that old Sears tiller. Like to beat me to death at 10 years old, but I wasn't going to let go of it. We was going to break ground. Thinking about all the looks and things, that look of affection that Grandma could only give. She even taught me to sew. Imagine that. Couldn't admit that till now. You know, it wasn't manly. Whatever. But I was thinking of a couple of things. Pawpaw liked to play Santa Claus, and as a young child, I'll never forget her and I. He really pulled one on me outside, and I really thought Santa Claus was live and in the flesh. And I remember she recounted to me, I just exclaimed to her, "He's real, Grandma, he's real." But the looks on her face of love today, and Dad told me when she passed, of course, her soul was at peace. But the look of amazement seconds before she crossed over was extraordinarily marked by a wide-eyed look and a look of peace. So y'all can say what you want, but I know what she saw, and it was good. And we'll get to be together again. So we don't grieve, we celebrate. We must. And it's kind of tough when it's the last grandparent gone. And I guess we're one step closer to our turn to cross over. Makes me really think that we need to make every day count, because they do matter, truly matter. I'll never forget, and this has stuck with me more than just about any memory, I think, unfortunately, but it's a good one. At my granddad's funeral in Florida, had 2 services. They were from southeast Texas, but had moved out there. She deep into Alzheimer's at that point, but she knew what was going on, and her and I had a moment there. She was observing some of his pictures, and his old hat. She came to lucidity for one moment as I was talking to her about their ministry and when they pastored a church in Marlin, Texas for quite some time. I do know this, they nearly starved to death there back in that early day. But trying to spread the gospel in the only way they knew how. And she told me, she said, we didn't win people by browbeating them and being cruel or being force-handed. She said, you can't win anyone like that. You have to show Christ an example and live right and love. So, and then she slipped right back into her state of non-lucidity. But I think that was directed at me at that moment. That stuck with me. So, with all my mistakes and things, I'm going to hold on to that. And smile and celebrate Gladys Gooch Johnson's life. We'll do that as we near the weekend, even more as a family. Looking forward to seeing some of my cousins from up north and out east, and we'll have a big celebration of her life. But no time to mourn, it's time to celebrate, right? Knowing Pawpaw, boy, he's been sitting there tapping his feet waiting on her to get there. So that was some reunion today about lunch. He had a lunch date, we just didn't know it. They were married 70 plus years. Well, thank y'all for letting me share that. It kind of got it off my chest, and that's a good thing, right? Hope y'all have a great week, and maybe take a minute and celebrate some lives that have gone on before us that we don't think about every day, even though we care for them. And think about the good stuff. And let it inspire you to honor their legacy in whatever way that is, and being good, being the light. Just making a difference, even a small one, around you. No browbeating. Just live the example. Right? Hey, let me do a quick roll call and I'll get off. I got through without crying, y'all. I'm good. That'll happen after I end the video, right? Hey, Jason, how are you, buddy? There's Chris up Montana way, temporarily. There's Carolyn Fuller and LaShara from Kansas. Dolores. Hey, you know what? She hadn't been in her faculties for years. So tonight was the first time she got to see me go gather eggs and feed the chickens. And she got to look at this place, right? So, guarantee them crops may look a little bit better this year. I know Pawpaw, though, if I get underneath that pine tree, he'll shake a pine cone loose at me in the head. Call me a bird brain or something. There's Dolores and LaShara again. How are you? Brenda, up from Arkansas. Let's see. Let me see if I can see this. Jason, my cousin, it's his grandma too. Said, not sure if you remember or not, but one of my fondest memories of grandma taking us grandkids to get snow cones. Yes, man. Get the snow cones. Or take us down to and I know all of y'all done this at any certain age, but take us up to the store and hand us all maybe $1, maybe 50 cents and tell us to go get some candy bar. Those are good memories, y'all. Now we got to have an iPad or something, or a new video game. Imagine having $1 and having full reign at that candy counter. That's some of the best stuff there was. Let's see, there's Margaret and Kathy, Mike from California, Miss Misty up in Texarkana way. There's Chris. Yes, ma'am, I completely understand that, Chris. There's Debbie and Helen and Melinda. Margaret, yes, ma'am, 70 plus years. She said they live by the thing that when something was broke, you fixed it. You didn't throw it away. Just how it was. If you needed something, it was around the house somewhere. When you come through the Great Depression years, you learn to make do with what you have. And I think her famous saying, if Jason's still watching, he'll remember this. She'd get a little attitude. And she'd come up in a voice only she could do and say, does someone have a little problem? And if she said it twice, Pawpaw keyed in, and it was a whole nother story then. Hey, Donna, thanks for that. And Trudy, I think I got everybody. Shelly, yep, that's right. All right, thank y'all so much. Let me get off here. It's getting dark. Appreciate all of y'all, and might not be on for a couple of days. We've got things to do, but we'll be checking back in for too long. But let's celebrate life, right? That's what they'd want, I guarantee you. She wouldn't want nobody sniveling. But can't hardly help from doing it, though. Just gotta celebrate the good stuff. Y'all be the light and have a good night. Talk to you later.